What happened to us both looking our best?
I tried tonight. Look, I even put on my $6 dress.
I'm Dustin.
I'm Molly.
And this is...
Reviews for Humans.
Vampire Diaries.
Episode 8. So, we start out in the ruins in the cave, and then they talk about the ruins, and then
what they're all about,
and there's like something about Michael, and then we go to back at Casa de Salvatore, right?
Yeah.
Alaric's there, and he's like talking ruins, and Elena's like practice fighting with Damon, and it's so adorable. Rebecca says something about everyone being doomed if they wake up Michael.
What she doesn't know is that Catherine woke up Michael 2 weeks ago?
Yeah. Where is Catherine?
Where is she? We don't know. We're worried.
Some flashbacks, and apparently in Viking days, everybody had British accents, and everything looks blue, like the sun shone blue in Viking times.
And, okay.
And I think in Vampire Diary lore, the Earth is only 1,000 years old.
Right. Because, and not only that, but not only did the the Vikings have British accents, but the witch that they had...
They sound like they're from London, mate!
She didn't have... The witch didn't have an accent at all. She was just like...
She was like Kevin Costner.
Hello. I am a witch.
I have puka shells in my hair. So Damon goes down to the dungeon where Stefan's being held, and he's sniping at him. And he tries a little reverse psychology on him and lets him go.
It's not reverse psychology at all. It's like he just needs a drinking buddy.
He's
like, let's go. I'm bored with this. It's not working.
Ruins. I can't even look at them because I'm a vampire. I can't even get into the cave. So let's go drink.
Yeah.
Some bitches. Rebecca is such a cunt. Just
we hate her. We hate her.
She sucks. She's like a poor man's Catherine.
Yeah.
She's not.
We want Catherine back.
People on Twitter were all comparing her to Catherine. Oh, she's snippier than Catherine. No. So apparently the symbol on Elena's necklace is the same symbol on the wall. And at this point in the show, we're like, it means jack shit. Okay, they're the same.
Yeah, but we find out later that it means mother. It's the symbol for their mother.
But it's really old. There was a witch who hailed from a mystical land. Literally, that's how Rebecca says it. Like a mystical land. And werewolves lived in Mystic Falls first. They were the first ones to settle. And then Rebecca's family came down. They were like neighbors.
And they were buddies.
And there was a witch. There was the puka shell witch was there.
I don't think that Vampire Diaries understands the history of the world. Understanding the history at all.
Rebecca's like, I'm going to tell you the story of my family, Elena. Elena's like, you need to tell me the story of your family.
And then she looked away the way she does. Oh.
And then I'll write it in my diary.
My Vampire Diary.
So Damon lets Stefan out, takes him to a bar, of course.
And Damon orders himself some whiskey and orders Stefan, the bartender.
The bartender.
And you know, Elena is worse, like, in my opinion, like, I watched True Blood too, and Elena's worse than Sookie Stackhouse because Sookie at least has some magical powers to fall back on. Elena just has moxie.
Yeah. Well, actually, in that sense, I think I might like Elena a little better than Sookie.
Apparently, Elena falls back on her lack of a psychology degree because she's like, tell me about your mother. and it caused Rebecca to have just a panic attack and fall out.
Speaking of mothers, Rebecca's mom is the witch.
The original
witch. Because there were original witches, original hybrids, original vampires, original werewolves, you know, because the Earth is only 1,000 years old. Right. So Rebecca tells the story of how she became a vampire. There's 3 siblings, 2 parents, and one of them's a witch.
And she dies so because 4. Witches can't become vampires and vampires can't become witches.
Michael is Rebecca's father. And becoming the first vamp, like, sucked. They didn't know what was going on with him. They're like, oh, the sun burns me. But Mom took care of that because she's the witch. Right? Damon's hanging out with Stefan, trying to get him to, you know, I don't know, something.
Yeah, trying to convince him that if they can kill Klaus, then Stefan can finally be free.
Michael shows up. jams his hand in Damon's chest and is like, I'm gonna pull out your heart. You tell me where Klaus is.
And Stefan's like, I can't tell you. And he's like, well, figure out a way around it because I'm going to pull out your brother's heart. And he starts to like do it. And finally Stefan's like, I can get Klaus to come back. And he's like, oh, well, there you go.
Just
guess compulsion is not as effective as we all thought it was. Is it?
Michael leaves.
Yeah, he's like, you get Klaus to come to Mystic Falls so I can stake him or I'm going to stake you.
Stefan.
And here's the thing that, like, okay, Sorry, she just belched a taquito. I think they're thinking about this too hard.
Okay.
Because
I think you're thinking about this too hard.
Because not even an immortal original vampire
chop your head off!
Yeah, can withstand having their head chopped off. Like, get a big old axe, hack at that neck for a little while, you know.
Who knows?
Well, there's gonna be a head talking at you.
It turns out that Michael killed Mommy Witch.
Or so
we
thought.
That's what like Rebecca's story is saying. But back at the ruins, we find out through Bonnie, Ilark, and Elena's. Apparently, they're all geniuses.
Yeah, they've got master's degrees in advanced language in ancient languages.
They figure out that Klaus totally killed Mommy Witch. And has been making up this elaborate story all these years to Rebecca and everybody about how Daddy Michael did it.
Elena goes back to the Casa de Salvatore and she breaks the news to Rebecca. She's like, your brother lied to you.
Klaus killed your mother, not Michael. And she's like, no, it's not true.
Then she throws pictures
in
the fire and she falls down.
That's impossible.
And Elena's like, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know the truth. So then she goes home because she's had a rough day. Mm-hmm. Like if you have to go dress shopping,
help a psycho vampire pick out a homecoming dress. We didn't mention that, but that happens.
That's horrible.
You know.
Then listen to her tell a long-winded story.
Tell a story, 1,000-year-old story.
You're gonna want to nap.
Like this, I'll tell you the story of my family.
So she goes home, and who's in bed? Damon. Damon's in the bed. And so Elena doesn't like get all snarky and say, get out of my bed. Of
course she does.
Damon. She gets in bed with him.
She just
and gets all snuggly and she's
talking to him about how Stefan's not going to come back around for her.
He's going to come around. He's not coming back because he loves me. He's coming back because he loves you.
You're too close to me. Feels weird.
So everybody on the planet who's watching this show at this moment is like, will you just
fuck already?
the vaginal sex already. Come on, everybody knows you want to.
And then I'm like, she actually gets to wake up to that.
In real life.
Every day. That face. And that body.
earlier, Molly's like, if somebody who looked like Ian Salmonholder came and talked to I don't know how to say that.
Ian Salmonholder.
Came and talked to me, I think I would just start crying.
I didn't say that. You said I would start crying. I would just start taking my clothes off.
She would start crying. She'd not know what to do. If Ian Salmonholder walked up to you and said, oh, hello, Molly, how are you? You would just start weeping. This has been a very odd reviews for
Now
humans.
It's time for the...
Scene of the week.
Scene of the week.
What does that mean?
Catherine.
So, anyway.
That was the non-scene of the week.
I am Dustin.
I'm Molly.
And this has been...
Reviews for Humans.
And you know what you could do, if you really wanted to? You could like us on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
Also things you can do. You can follow Molly and I on the Twitter. And you can twit at us while we watch the Vampire Diaries. Mm-hmm. Those are 2 things you could do.
Mm-hmm. Okay, bye.
Rawr, 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 rawr.